Is anxiety inherited? What is the most common mental disorder in United States? Depression? Bipolar disorder? Autism? Well, the answer is anxiety. This affects about 40 million adults in the United States, which is almost 18% of the population. But the question is, how this anxiety comes about. The University of Wisconsin-Madison found that anxiety could be inherited. They went further into their studies, using an extended family of rhesus monkeys to examine which regions of the brain were involved. First, let's go back to 1969, where developmental psychologist Manny Ainsworth would perform an experiment known as the first strange situation. In this experiment, young children were introduced to mild stress situations, being left alone with a stranger. Don't worry, the stranger was actually a research assistant. Researchers were then able to drive the different temperaments of the children when they were in that stressful situation. Children either had a secure temperament or an anxious temperament when paired with a stranger. Researchers at the University of Wisconsin-Madison did the same experiment to rhesus monkey, scanning the brain of about 600 young monkeys, both with or without anxious temperament. When exposed to a stranger for 30 minutes, they found 3 parts of brain linked to inherited anxiety: the prefrontal cortex, the limbic system, and the amygdala in the middle of the brain. These areas were shown to have an overactive connection, which in turn linked to an increased risk of developing anxiety or depression. The researchers found that when we find as more activity in the anxious brains is as if the parts of brain that we have evolved to deal with normal threats have gone supercritical, responding to mild threats as if they were major. Researchers were also able to track the inheritance of anxiety, discovering 35% of the variations of anxiety can be explained by genetics, while the other percentage is determined by environment. Researchers explains, basically, we think that to a certain extent, anxiety can provide an evolutionary advantage because it helps an individual recognize and avoid danger. But when the circuits are overactive, it becomes a problem and can result in anxiety and depressive disorder. So what are your thoughts over anxiety? Do you have an anxiety? Let us know below in comment section. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends for more interesting facts on human psychology. Also subscribe to the channel